Hello, good morning, good evening. Most likely good morning, because good lord, it is morning. My name's Zach the Boker. I'm laughing at Kohrek's file name. I'm also joined by Clear Mouse. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the fine, lovely people.
Hi, Ak. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Good afternoon. Welcome to another exciting match here for ALTTPR League. This is going to be a really, really great match to watch. Also, hi, Kohrek. You know this guy, Ak? Is he like on your team or something?
Thinks he's real clever with that file name.
Yeah. You would learn from the best, right?
He is actually on the same team as me. We are a team they vetoed our acronym, me, Kohrek, and Jim. However, you think I'm going to be rooting for Kohrek today? That is far from the truth, because there's another event going on in tandem called SpeedGaming Live, and me and him are in the same group against each other. So, you know what? I hope he loses, because you know, he's my enemy now. He's not we're not on the same team. I mean, he is in this, but you know, I got to keep my momentum moving forward, so I hope he gets crushed. Go tstew14.
Well, I mean, what about Jim?
Jim's cool.
Oh, even though you're also in the same event.
But I gotta say, it is an honor being able to be paired with Clear Mouse on the commentary team this evening. She has been a workhorse, basically been her full-time job doing this for the spoiler log tournament, basically all of the entrance shuffle tournament, crushing the league. I think she was even doing commentary for SpeedGaming Live, so thank you for allowing me in the booth with you this evening. It's going to be really fun. I'm very excited.
There's nowhere else I'd rather be, especially this early in the morning.
Well, I was going to say bed is still up there, but
yeah,
you know, you're right. This is exactly where I want to be. Here 10 a.m. rooting for Tstew. And look, he gets to the book faster than Kohrek right now. Might be because the timers are off sync, but I'm actually just going to call it. Tstew's got this race. That's an insurmountable lead. Okay, never mind. Kohrek just got back up.
Yeah, speaking of that, you know, they found some reading material here, first chest already, but you know, they're not actually gonna use it anytime soon, I guess. They just want to get up and at them.
Yeah, you know, just leaving your books by the bedside. It's a popular place for them. And yeah, this is a casual boots descriptor of a seed, so they will be starting with a sword. It just magically appears once they talk to the uncle, and they also have the boots. So we get to slash things, we get to go fast, we get to have fun, most importantly.
If there's anything about fun, I think Kohrek and Jem are all over this. And you, Ak. Yeah, kind of one nice thing about casual boots, we actually noticed for both these runners earlier that even though we didn't actually technically have the sword before we talked to Uncle, we were still able to slash through those bushes. So just another quality of life improvement there in order to get through the first couple of screens here.
I'm not even gonna lie, I did not know that that was possible. I saw him do that, and I was like, is it 10 a.m.? Am I seeing things? Like, I didn't actually know if that was real.
I understand. Yeah, I understand maybe why Kohrek and Jem are playing this week, Ak.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they hog all of the casual boot. Like, why would I practice it, you know? They freaking claimed this in, like, 2017 before this mode even existed. That's how ridiculous they are about these settings.
Yeah, so good thing it's actually only just for casual boost. You know, for SGL, it's just open boost, and I don't think you actually have to know this, since you don't have to go through the escape sequence.
If you're fortunate. And then you also, like, you know,
that's true.
We'll never get swords, too. So Kohrek is actually getting just a little bit faster on these rooms, and something that's kind of weird about a boot start and escape, you know, people do practice kind of NMG to get a little bit more baseline practice. Doing a boot escape is not something you're going to be typically practiced for. It is actually surprisingly easy to take a little bit more damage than you were expecting. He gets a nice fairy drop there, though. But yeah, you never want to start off your race 2 minutes in dying to the ball and chain guard. That can really suck the life out of you quick.
Yes, that would indeed be sad, because this is one of those instances where you absolutely do not want to try and death warp.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, speaking of NMG strats, you know, I do believe Kohrek has been putting in some practice, also just like his teammates.
Yeah, Jim loves NMG too.
Yeah.
Not me.
I mean, it sounds like both of you are making some pretty good progress here. Just like, you know, and actually we see a little bit of divergence. You see with those boots and escape, right? Normally you wouldn't actually take this kind of like upper hallway to dash over, but because we have the boots, long hallways and dashing are much faster than just walking.
Part of it is taking the high road. But nothing really too exciting so far. Early book always is going to add mysteries. We may get the most popular question answered right at the beginning of the seed as well. What is on that infamous pedestal? Which is great because that means we'll have plenty of time to answer that question later throughout the seed too, which I will never answer honestly, even if I know the correct answer. So that is a forewarning.
Yeah, so maybe potentially these runners will just give us a check and then we'll have to never look at it again. Speaking of which, actually, I think I noticed both runners ended up picking up 3 bombs, not necessary for escape because we've got these nice boosts and we can just dash right through the entrance for the back of escape, but once they make their way to Kakariko, it should be very convenient. They don't have to farm for extra bombs for the from the bomb,
like the bonk rocks over there.
Yeah, like the bonk. Yeah, thanks. The bonk rocks from the next to the fortune teller. So and because they have exactly 3, which is what you need for Kakariko, it should just be much faster.
Oh no!
Which, we get more bombs and more bombs. All right, forget that. We're good. We're good on bombs here.
And that's a really good point too. I mean, that is actually like something you would really like to see in Escape because it's it just makes your early routing so much easier. You don't have to you know, try and make decisions. I mean, you can even make a risk and just be like, I'll just go in blindsided with no bombs because there'll be bombs in there. And sometimes you can be right, sometimes you can be wrong, and then you have to go back in there, or you can skip it and leave the ice rod in there forever. I mean, anything can happen because this is a randomizer. Kohrek making sure he does his due diligence, getting that map there at the end.
That is certainly something that we can potentially give a little bit of hard time with. You know, if you are an astute runner here in Escape, tstew almost.
Yeah, I think he was like, you know, I think this is a map, but I'm not gonna risk it. And you know what? I don't blame him, especially at 10 a.m. Ooh, nice bottle there in Bonk Rocks too.
Yeah, even more convenient for Kakariko. But you know, both these runners are finishing Escape here right around the 5:10, 5:15 mark. Really excellent time for boost with for Escape with boots. Also really nice, yeah.
tstew being like super fast because he's a super fast runner and he's gonna win this race. He did a map check there, and it was so fast that I think the only thing I saw was like a pendant in Hera and maybe a pendant at Eastern. And I did not see Desert, but because I'm pretty sure I saw 2 pendants, I'm just going to say Desert's a crystal, but I'm not sure. But our tracker looks like they're on it, so...
Yeah, thanks to Braylon today for tracking for us. I look at the tracker personally very often, so thank you so much for keeping us honest. I have no idea what was on the mushroom spot, but I'm going to assume that it wasn't good because Kohrek didn't
see that? I couldn't see that. I think he's cheating.
Kohrek doesn't know how to do that.
I'm gonna appeal.
Is there a team
to the
meeting?
ladder Discord somehow. Ooh, that's another bottle.
Oh wow.
He's going back up there.
Also, maybe he decided to do the drop down first, and hey, maybe Kohrek is going to, you know, pay us a favor here by checking something that we said that we would see once and never again.
You know, that's really interesting too, because I think when he went up there, man, I actually don't think that he saw the item, but he was planning on doing this route to begin with, and then as he was halfway up there with muscle memory, he was like, wait a minute, this is not what I was planning to do. And so he did Lost Woods, and then he went back over there.
Oh. Do people have muscle memory when checking the pedestal? Man.
So cancel my ladder appeal. I take it back. I understand.
Oh, wait, this is ladder now too? Man, we're doing ladder and SGL and league all at once? Jeez.
Well, ladder's just for the appeals.
Oh, okay.
And not every day that during a casual boots do we see one person doing Blind's Hideout first and the other one doing the CAC well. Looks like that's a lot of money hanging out here in Blind's Hideout. There's more bombs, more monies.
Yeah, more
Okay.
monies. That's right.
Bombs and money,
We are
alright.
pretty much, yeah, we're gonna be pretty much set on bottle vendor. It's not always a good feeling to be isolated because you don't have enough money to pay him off. And also, it looks like we're gonna have enough for Zora too.
Yeah, and it was good they got money too, because they didn't get any lucky shovels this seed to dig up exactly the amount of money, because this team vetoed our acronym. It's just a bunch of luckers, if you ask me.
You know, if you're not blessed with a shovel, you could just kind of slash enemies and hope that the prize packs are good and get more money.
Yeah, it's whatever. Luckers.
Ack, you have to run like the week after this for them too.
Yeah, but I mean, who thinks ahead? So looking like everything is pretty much caught up here. tstew has, you know, basically got a half screen transition ahead here, but he does not have the knowledge that there is a long shot on the pedestal. So we'll see if that comes back to bite him.
Is that the replacement hookshot? Just like the 20 rupees for the replacement boots?
Yeah, the iron boots. Those are on
Yeah,
the
got
pedestal
it.
also. Oh, I should just say boots are on pedestal. That's a better joke. All right, I still have plenty of time to make things up. Taking the last remaining will of life here from Sick Kid. So as soon as we exit this transition, he will no longer be with us. But it is for the greater good. That's a flute in the back of the tavern. Way more exciting than this bad joke.
Yeah, speaking of, so we're gonna go straight back to the center here and activate this flute right here, right now. And I'm kind of curious. I assume they're still gonna also dash down and check library and race game before fluting away.
Yeah, absolutely. Might as well. You got the flute too. Overworld movement is pretty easy, and it makes it easy to check kind of really all of the outliers. You know, say before you get your Dark World access. But I will say, historically, if you get an early flute and you get early Dark World access, it could also make it really easy to skip those things as well, because you feel comfortable checking them later. So, I don't know. I don't want to wish any doom and gloom on anybody, but it could happen, you know. A vanilla ice rod. Right? And there is more bombs and nothing on Maze Racer.
Yeah, looks like tstew is slightly ahead of Kohrek in this case, leaving Kakariko gonna check out the dam first thing. Kohrek is shortly following suit. Basically, yeah, the difference right now between these two runners is Kohrek ended up checking the pedestal and tstew got us a map check.
Kohrek did eventually do his map check too.
But he did too? Oh, okay,
it wasn't as quick as tstew's, but it was pretty quick. So I wonder what our next pieces are going to be. Maybe I was thinking like the gloves.
Maybe?
Yeah, that's
you
what
have
I was
iron
thinking.
gloves now. just sitting there in the sunken treasure. Have to take them out.
Look like they're iron, you know, and then you know they got the little like the orange in there because it kind of rusted a little bit. I think the lore makes sense on that.
Yeah, normally you find them in desert, but I guess today they're gonna be underwater. Yeah, with those gloves, very nice, easy access to the back of Escape with 3 quick items, even though they already did casual boost today, and so they don't need to visit Escape ever again. Never mind about that. Alright, really nice mini Moldorm there from Kohrek's side, using those bombs.
Ooh, there's a
Picking
mirror.
up progression, yeah, at the same time. Picking up that nice mirror.
And don't call out back of Escape yet. I mean, it would be a really poor choice because they've gotten all the items there, but I mean, I've seen it, okay? I've seen people check back of Escape. And it's that. I mean, I've done it myself. I hate to admit, but it does happen from time to time.
Alright, we actually see a slight bit of routing divergence here to get to Ice Rock Cave. I think Kohrek's version of fluting from where he was mini Waterheim to 8 and then running up is a little bit faster than dashing.
Oh, did tstew dash up? Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like that's probably pretty close. Doesn't really seem like they're that far off, so... Setting up a water walk here, we do have that tough to get Zora money sometimes. So yeah, dashing kind of next to this hole here gives Link this weird state of, I guess, you know, water-resistant boots, and there you go. He can just dash right on top of the water.
Yeah, these guys don't have the flippers, which means that this is totally out of logic, but if you want to be able to pair this pretty well, there's a cape there on Lake Highly Island. Lozora is definitely in logic, and this is just a really nice fast shortcut to be able to get there.
Oh, man, I was really hoping for a heart refill there, just for both of them.
I was gonna say tstew is in the exact same boat there with the heart pieces because everyone's made the exact same set of checks.
I'm so disappointed. Gosh dang. They should have routed like one more heart piece in before they came over.
Alright, so looks like nothing on Zora Ledge, at least nothing that they're going to be willing to go get, so they don't have to mess around with it anymore. Fake flipper shenanigans. Let's see what Zora has for us today.
A little bit of a net loss there on their original investment, but whatever.
Yeah, not even bothering to pick up the 5 rupees there that Zora dropped.
Yeah, that's just disrespect. I don't know. For some reason, though, having numbers up there and that item counter does cost, lag in their game. So, Kohrek being 20 rupees lighter, he's going to be a little bit lighter on his feet. Man, I can't believe we're still doing exactly the same things here. But they're both going to be checking the back of Saha. So we got 3 items coming up. I think like a hook shot's probably in our near future. That sounds pretty good.
Not certainly here today in the back of Tasha's closet. We just got some more money. Could be good for, digging, pod money maybe, and some bombs. Alright, with that flute, with that book. No quite fire source yet. tstew.
There it is.
Hook shot. Man, how did you, are you sure you're not playing the scene?
I'm playing on the side. It's really tough. But it's nice because, they started a little bit before me, so I know where to go.
Yeah, certainly. Don't panic here, Ak. You're not seeing anything on Kohrek's screen. Kohrek has indeed taken a slight divergence from tstew, not going to desert, but he is going to rescue the old man here in the dark.
And you might be thinking, like, how could he do that? He can't see where he's going. Well, I mean, these 2 runners, they're great. They're incredible. They don't need no lamp. They can practically do the game with their eyes closed. So,
I heard that was a thing that somebody has tried before.
it has been done before. It's Kern is incredible for doing that. I'll definitely plug him and give him a shout out for being able to complete a randomizer with a blindfold. Ooh, there's a heart container there.
Kohrek,
I know Kohrek's not going to get that because he hates those.
But, with this mirror here, we have very easy access to Hera. Unfortunately, today it is a pendant. But, there could be something nice here in pendant Hera, maybe in the first floor or 2.
And this actually is some really unfortunate routing for him, too, that he didn't go over to, check Agina. Oh, it's a mushroom I need for tablet.
It's a mushroom. Always what you want to see on a tablet where you can't actually pick it up.
So because of which he's not going to be able to get his hook shot, which means he's not going to be able to go over to the top. I don't know how many items we saw in Desert. I know I just saw 1. I don't know if I saw the second. And I think that was our big key in Hera, so he's not going to be able to do Hera Pot because he does not have a hook shot. So he's going to have to go up the long way. tstew is going to save a little bit of time on this Hera clear.
Yeah, I was going to say, that hook shot, in addition to not giving him the rest of Death Mountain, is that this is also going to save, not going to let him be able to do Hera Pot pushes all the way up. Alright, tstew here, going to give us an Agita check. It's going to just be thorough and clean out the rest of Desert before most likely fluting way to the mountain.
Alright, Agina, what you got? Ooh, a
shield. Alright, so now they're all set to fight blind. No worries here. Ooh. Oh, Kohrek making the moves here, finding the bow here in Pendant Hera. That is a pretty good find. He got both items out of Hera, too.
He did get both items.
So I don't think he ever... Yeah, he doesn't have to go back.
It's going to be really interesting from his perspective too, because I probably in his mind he's thinking that it was the right call to choose desert over or Hera over desert, but I do have a feeling our Dark World access is probably sitting on the east side of Death Mountain. Who knows though? Heck, it could just be a Master Sword to go get that mushroom, just to make things even more silly.
That sounds like a boatload of fun. Oh no, I think Tisu got dead rocked here with the old man.
Oh, that's the
be
worst.
Okay with 4 hearts. Boulder RNG here playing nice. Alright, he got through. This is it's always good to see. But yeah, maybe the Dark World access is right over here on the South Mountain. We're gonna get that check from T2 relatively soon.
And actually, never mind, that bow could be a little bit of a curse too. Eastern is the green pendant. I keep forgetting that pendants are a thing, even though I did see, him just bail out of Hera after getting 2 items.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious if Kohrek doesn't want to go over to the desert unless he can try and find fire source. But alright, so pendant dungeons here looks like they're paying up pretty well in terms of items and quality of life. Kohrek picking up half magic from Eastern so far.
Yeah, depending on your item loadouts, half magic can really be a time saver. Looks like Pod is the other pendant, so
oh,
man, really appreciate that bow. Ice was one of the 5/6 crystals, and again, because it's 10 a.m. and I'm still drinking my coffee, that's all I got. But I got 2 out of 7. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah, judging from the fact that we also had 2 Light World pendants, the chances of a lot of our Dark World crystals dungeons are also going to be just crystals, including such like Meyer and TR.
Tistu had to do a double take on that ether tablet there. He thought it might have been describing himself, but no, that's actually just the mushroom, Tistu. That's not you.
I bet both these guys are fun, no?
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that it's not true, that he's not fun, but I'm just saying, like, it is a mushroom. I don't know, he could be a mushroom, too.
I guess we don't know, right?
Yeah, have to wait till he does his SpeedGaming Live cam debut.
Kohrek doing excellent work here, making his way through the dark rooms of Eastern Palace. Unfortunately, the key chest just as a map.
I think, pretty sure we have the compass too, so that'll mean Armos actually has 2 items today, so it's going to be twice as fun for him to do this pendant.
Yeah, oh, that's right. I forgot about the green pendant. Yeah, actually, this is actually really convenient, being vanilla green pendant. Kohrek can just defeat Armos and then immediately turn that in. Alright, Kohrek trying to get himself, finding that Igor here with the bow. Not an easy task to do when you're completely in the dark with no fire source at all.
I don't know.
I guess it through pretty well.
I was looking at him and I was like, I wouldn't have him on my darts league. That was some poor shooting, but he did it. He did get it eventually.
Alright,
Yeah,
Tisu here in Paradox Cave. Yeah, finding our first piece of kind of Dark World progression, which is the Moon Pearl.
And duly noted too, whatever Kohrek is doing over here is going to be considered out of logic without either the lamp or the fire rod. And given that we haven't seen anything yet, and I'm looking at all these other items that we've seen, I'm kind of wondering where it's all at, truth be told. Spiral Cave have to have something here? Or am I missing something? I feel like Spiral Cave is going to have a glove or a hammer. It also could be a sword.
But also just be this green pendant right here that Kohrek is going to pick up and turn in.
Maybe, but we don't have a lamp or a fire rod, so that's my big concern.
Oh, that's true.
About
Oh, yeah, that's true. So you just got done saying that like 2 minutes ago.
It's all right.
It's still pretty early.
I'm playing, dude. 10 a.m. It's no joke. It's real.
Yeah. The really nice Eastern Palace clear there for the last couple rooms. Looks like Kohrek was definitely practicing. Holy cow!
That's a hammer.
What a find there! Jeez, that is the hammer. So that is officially Dark World access between our 2 runners. But as you said, Act, this is out of logic.
He's gonna go this way.
They need to.
Of course. Why wouldn't he? No, this is really
He really
funny.
wants that fire source for desert. All right, there's our lamp. Okay, man, we gotta fight green pennant Eastern there for our Dark World access.
Lamp, wow.
Yeah. I mean, Kohrek's also gonna pick up this lamp too with the hammer.
Yeah, well, and actually that should be really telling for him too if he finds the lamp over here, because he should be very concerned what is over at Agina and Desert, because he should know that he should not have this hammer right now because it's behind the lamp, and when he finds a lamp here in Spiral Cave, you should be asking yourself some questions. But this seed is actually very nice to both of the runners for kind of having these alternate divergences, but like, Kohrek could skip out on getting his hook shot, but if he is paying attention, he should know that something is over there. And then tstew has no other choice but to head over here to Eastern, so neither of them will be missing out on this stuff.
Yeah, I certainly have seen Kohrek do spear tracking, so I certainly wouldn't put it past him to be able to handle all this logic.
I mean, he better not make that mistake. Not because, like, you know, he's my teammate and I want him to win, but because he always gives me a hard time because I tend to pay no attention when I play and I miss all this stuff a lot. Also, Kohrek was trying to delete the block there. You have to use the mirror and not the bow.
Okay. I thought you were rooting for tstew, though.
I am. But I don't know. It's 10 a.m. Help.
Oh no, we're all friends here. All right, yeah. All right, Kohrek successfully through here with the second try attempt with mirror block deletion. Meanwhile, tstew is going to, looks like, making his way through Eastern Palace. With that lamp, he's not going to have as hard a time getting through the dark rooms because we're actually going to be able to see what tstew is doing. But it's certainly not going to be a very major time loss.
Yeah, I mean, and tstew also, again, he's getting just slightly the better exchange in all of this. The way that Kohrek had to go over to Death Mountain was slower. Going up, using the mirror, that's 2 extra mirror transitions, and hammering over is significantly slower than just using the hook shot.
Yeah, and they're also just kind of like little places here and there, right? I think I didn't actually watch tstew's screen, but he could have parapotted if he went up there. And then also here in Eastern Palace, because he's a hook shot, he could just go directly to the half magic chest, the map chest, instead of kind of going all the way around.
That's true too. All right, Tracker, so here are our crystals and pendants that you've already marked down because you pay attention and we don't. We got 5, 6 over at Ice and Meyer. And then, of course, Pendant Pod was the other one. And, you know, the bow was on Pendant... or the bow was in Pendant Hera, the hammer was in Pendant Eastern, so, like, honestly, just go to Pendant Pod right now, get your go mode, call it a day, right?
Yeah, because progression is always there. Although we already have a bow and we already have a hammer, I don't know what else could be in Pendant Pod at this point.
Probably everything, honestly,
okay,
but that'll be one of the last things we check, so we'll see that later.
Alright, Kohrek here being first of our 2 runners here, getting into Dark World access, checking Hype Cape, finding a sword for his trouble. Always really nice to see this early. He can go back and get that mushroom off of Ether Tablet now whenever he's back up there. Oh jeez, please be careful, Kohrek. Those ropers can do quite the damage on Green Mail. Yeah,
doing 2 hearts of damage. They always manage to find a way to hop directly on you, no matter wherever they are on the screen.
Alright, looks like Kohrek has finally managed to get himself over the desert. I actually really like this running by him because it's really efficient. He was able to check Bumble's tab along the way, something that tstew is gonna be slightly less convenient to do.
Yeah, that actually was pretty slick there. I hate to
give
him credit because I'm rooting for tstew, but that was pretty good. I do like that. And again, this shows he was paying attention because he is very interested in what's over here.
Yeah, still unfortunately, I think he was just trying to delay his time because it would be really great if you can actually kill Landmo here in 1 trip and not come back, but such as... Oh no, he has a life now. He can actually do Landmo. This is actually really great for Kohrek.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. And also, this is a crystal too, so that would be a really
good
idea.
That's right.
I keep forgetting, you know?
It's like, well, we didn't have to kill Moldor for any items because it wasn't the green pendant, so at least we didn't have to deal with that boss. But yeah, we have been diving every single pendant dungeon so far. It's almost as if we're supposed to, you know, almost as if there was going to be something on pedestal, but no.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. When he came over to do desert, I was like, I wonder he'll throw Gandil on pendant landmo. Like, man, I am out of it right now. We got his Dark World access from the green pendant. Doing the Hype Cave first, he'll get his Master Sword.
Yeah. Paying attention also when tstew was here in desert, but unfortunately it looks like the map and compass are on the right side, so just really also... You never really want to see those dungeon items over there.
Yeah, because you're like, I could have just went over, but...
Exactly, yeah, you could have just gone over to kill Lambo first. But yeah, speaking of which, unless we actually end up getting something else that's nice in terms of quality of life, looks like we're going to be potentially doing some pretty close to NMG Lambo here with the bow and Master Sword. Oh, we have the hammer, but...
And the Master Sword, but I guess that only works for spins. But Kohrek is an excellent NMG runner. I expect nothing less than a 3-cycle.
He has been practicing, man.
He's gonna show everyone how it's done. Like, honestly, Arier right now is in chat. He's a pretty good NMG runner too, but I'm looking at him in the audience. He's got a pen and paper taking notes right now. He's ready to see this fight from Kohrek.
I think it's actually quite nice that people still use pen and paper to take notes. Alright, looks like tstew is going to actually hop back into his Dark World portal, just checking Bombo's tablet, making sure it's not isolated, but looks like he's going to save Lambo for another day. Or another minute.
I don't think that's bad routing by him either.
Oh yeah, no.
Looking at his equipment right now, like, Lambo doesn't look that good, and mind you, if he, say, finds the mitts, that makes the trip a lot more efficient for him because he's already been over here, but it makes sense for Kohrek to do it. It makes sense for him to skip it. It also makes sense that the flippers are over there hanging out on Stumpy.
And what is Stumpy doing with flippers, man? He's not like he can, like, move anywhere.
I mean... he just gives out his legacy, you know? He gives you a flute, too, so...
That's true. Alright, we're, oh man, Kohrek, I didn't even realize it's on only 2 hearts here, but I'm gonna start out with some bow strats here. Lambo, unfortunately, giving some short hops, so not being quite cooperative.
Oh, there we go. Hey, you know, that wasn't so bad.
Wow, Kohrek's doing great.
Would have been a 3-cycle if there was only 2 of them, but unfortunately there is 3. So we gotta get this one down. God, I lost count on how many cycles we're on right now. We're switching to
Kohrek, please don't die.
And then hits, and then we're gonna use the potion. That's a good call. And there we go. That was a textbook NMG.
Yeah. I was gonna say, good thing he used that potion because he actually ended up taking a half a heart of damage. Meanwhile, on tstew's side, he barely just ran out the counter here, picking up 20 rupees for his trouble, which I actually lost track how many days it was, but it was definitely over 20. So outside of that, flippers, tstew doesn't really have much more over here that he can do.
He is going to do his due diligence and head back over to the Bombos to go into Swamp Palace.
Go into Swamp Palace, absolutely.
That's actually not a bad call, honestly. I like this play.
Yeah, he's got the hookshot, he's got the mirror, he's got just the flippers that he found very recently from Stumpy. This is a fully clearable dungeon, crystal dungeon for him.
Yeah. Going to Village of Outcast, I mean, it's kind of a nice place to go to whenever you have the mitts because you can lock down the Smith sequence. Then, you know, if you also have a Fire Rod, you can just go ahead and be efficient into Skull Woods. He doesn't have either of that, so doing a little double back here, checking on Swamp to see if any of those items are in there. It could just make his Village of Outcast trip a little bit sweeter. Kohrek, having checked Hype Cave, he's actually going to go ahead and start in the Village of Outcast. That run will work out fine for him too, because he'll just get flippers at Stumpy and then probably just head down and do Swamp after that, assuming he goes back down that way.
Yeah. I mean, it certainly seems very natural at this point, right? Let's see. That's right. Looks like he's gonna head over, as you said, to the Village of Outcast first. With that hammer, Thieves Down being a crystal, which is always what we want to see. He can also full clear this dungeon as well.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than a pendant thieves town.
That's right.
You know,
Good thing we
there's
got
always
all our
something in
pendants
there.
out of the way, right?
Yeah, they could have just done pendant bot and just had their mind have been clear of having to worry about anything else for the rest of the seed. That would have been the galaxy brain thing to do, right? You know?
Yeah. Are you sure you're playing the C deck?
Just get your time losses out early.
Oh, okay. That's how you win races, right? I got it.
Yeah. Yeah. So going through the motions of both of these dungeons. I guess one bad thing about doing Swamp Palace is
There's only
Master
one bad
Sword
thing.
Swamp kind of sucks. Master Sword Argus rather, but you know, when he finds Tempered here, that'll just silence me real quick.
I mean, there is quite a bit of potential here. Oh, it looks like tstew is actually doing. He's committing to left side.
Yeah, he did get a compass.
Not
I think it was vanilla. Maybe.
Yeah, it was a compass down there.
We're actually not going to be doing Diver Down. We're doing it the classic way. Maybe if you haven't seen this one in a while because of the new tech invalidating it, don't worry. tstew is showing it off right now. It is going to be a little bit slower. He's going to lose a few screen transitions because he's going to have to kind of, you know, hit the switch, go all the way around, pick up the pod key, then go all the way around, hit the switch, turn on the water, then go back all the way around in. Whereas with Diver Down, you kind of get to do it all in one swoop. But it is definitely faster doing it this way and going left side first than, say, you know, going to the boss and going all the way back in. Then you just add on even more screen transitions.
Yeah, there is never anything wrong with doing things the developer intended way. Or, you know, the non-game breaking way. Now, it is to note that you're actually able to still do Diver Down with bombs, but if you don't know the setup or not comfortable with setup, it's definitely going to lose you more time on average. I think most people, or at least some people, are more comfortable using the Cane of Samaria for it. But that is not something that these runners have today. It's something that they have to find, but not available at their disposal currently. Alright,
There's our other dungeon item.
Yeah, what's
Good
our
old
left
map.
holding? Oh!
Ooh, and there's our mitts.
That is our mitts access. So it's not quite a Temper Sword act, but it is definitely progression.
Well, the Temper Sword's coming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's right, there's all of the back of Swamp as well.
So yeah, mitts and Swamp, that really works out well for his routing because he can just kind of, you know, get over to the village of Outcast, and he gets to do it a little bit faster because he kind of doesn't have to take the roundabout way to go inside of it. There is the Doomsday scenario for Kohrek 2. That was exactly one item in Left Side Swamp because the map was the other. If you do the back first, you're going to have knowledge that there's only one item in the back, and you got to make that choice. Am I going to get it? Do I skip it? Skipping it is not going to be a good decision this seed. You will have to go get those mitts.
You know, at least though, if you end up skipping it, it's the mitts which arguably locks out the most amount of things that you can do later. So hopefully he'll be forced to go back to Swamp sooner rather than later.
It could be,
if that's the case.
It could be a curse. And that is the Fire Rod too.
That is the Fire Rod. Wow, there are multiple pieces of progression here in Crystal Swamp that tstew has his eyes on.
It should have been a sword, and then I just would have been a prophet. But fine, whatever. You know, I'll get two of them.
I mean, it's kind of red and orange-ish, I guess. Just a hint of yellow. Kohrek here, meanwhile, staying on script for blind. A really nice fight.
I had a game I was going to play too, and I forgot. But
we
forgot
right.
to do the how many hits does it take to kill blind guessing game. I was going to give you a chance to do 1 through 9. We'll do it for tstew, guys.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say, you know, like, tstew being, you know, FaceTime being a crystal, tstew has to go through it too, so we're just going to play that game over there.
I'm really disappointed in myself now. Dang you, 10 a.m.?
Yeah. Alright, yeah, meanwhile, I think tstew might be experiencing why Master Sword Argus may not be the most pleasant of fights here.
With it, he's, you know, trying to get 2 puffs at a time to, you know, kill it a little bit faster, but it takes like 1 spin or 2 slashes with the Master Sword to kill him. And good thing he did get this Fire Rod. This will save him a few of the up and down cycles here. And that is the Cane of Samaria hanging out there in Brewery.
This will actually be really convenient running for tstew, because once he comes over here with the Fire Rod, he'll be able to clear Skull Woods and Thieves Down, and then on his way out, pick up the Cane of Samaria, and that'll give him Mire access.
And Kohrek is not going to waste any time doing Skull Woods without being able to complete it today, I would imagine, because he did elect to head south opposed to north to finish off Dig Game and go over to Stumpy. And if he's paying attention, those flippers will probably lead him over to Swamp.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I mean, he's definitely trying to make his south route here, and he's already done Hype Cave, so Swamp Palace is really like kind of the only place that he has left to go.
This is like the most annoying Swamp Palace when Argus has the big Q and you come all the way back and you get the piece of heart and you scoff at it and you're like, oh, I hate this stupid wet dungeon.
I certainly admire tstew being thorough here, because certainly against an opponent like Kohrek, you don't want to lose your race for something that you take a gamble on.
Seems like he's being exceptionally thorough. Why are we going up here? So this is heading over, maybe to do Hobo? I don't know if we'll follow this up with Pyramid and, he's getting the cape from the island. Boy, I can't believe I remembered that. But yeah, he's gonna get the cape, and he's just hedging his bets there if he needs anything from Bumper Cave.
Did we get a check from Bumper Cave? I guess I don't remember.
No check from either of them. I imagine Kohrek getting the flippers there. He's probably thinking to himself, like, gosh dang, I wish I would have looked at what was on Bumper Cave so he would know if he needs these
for his
flippers.
teammate Ack? That's right.
Well, I mean, not that, but yeah, he doesn't know what that item is, and if he already knew that it was nothing, then he could save time by skipping that
that's
cave.
true. Mm-hmm.
But he's not going to know, and it's not going to get any faster for him to get that cape than it is now. Also, Ice Rod hanging out there in Mire's Shed.
Yeah, no hunt today.
Wait a minute. Let me do some calculations here. So, I mean, what if Turtle Rock is Ether? Like, all he needs to do is go to Thieves Town and Brewery, and he's in Go mode.
That certainly looks like it. All
How
of
did
our
it snuck up on us so fast?
Yeah. Actually, yeah, here, tstew even taking the time to pick up his extra heart container. Maybe he also realizes that he could be in Go mode very, very quickly.
Oh yeah, and Mire was Ether too. Thank you, Tracker. I didn't even know.
Yeah, I actually didn't quite catch what the medallion was right when he entered. But yeah, thanks to our Eagle Eye Tracker. Oh, wow, okay. That was a really awkward mirror spot there. I'm glad he didn't get stuck there by tstew. It looks like he is going to try and combine his Mire trip here with clearing out the ammo. With the Fire Rod, this fight should go a little bit faster.
Hey, did you know that Quake was on the floating island? Because I did. 100%.
I did take a peek when Kohrek also stuck a look over there. But I don't know if I would have remembered, and if you asked me point blank.
I had no idea. So yeah, that is incredible. Okay.
So basically, if TR is Bombos, we're still on the hunt. If not, we are in Go mode very, very quickly. Or we would be in Go mode. It looks like actually Kohrek is actually going to do Diver Down, doing left side swamp. We're going to actually see a demonstration of what this looks like with just bombs.
Yeah, so he flips the switch here, floods that key. You're thinking, oh no, well, you gotta wait till the bomb explodes though before you do the screen transition, but that's fine. He does it now. Get the fire on the screen there, and you just hop down. And because
he has the Cane of Samaria. I forgot about that too. His life would be easier.
There you go. Then your boots turn into the iron boots. Dude, you're just sitting there underwater, you pick up the pot, and you gotta hurry back right now. There should be a timer running because he's running out of breath, but he just makes it out of the water, and then he can swim now.
Easy. Easy every time. Exactly what everybody intended and expected. Meanwhile, it looks like tstew has finished up Lambo with a very fast Fire Rod fight there. He is up the mountain. I think he is going to check out what Turtle Rock's going to be. If Turtle Rock is, in fact, Ether or Quake, I'm pretty sure he's going in.
Yeah, I'm really interested in what's going to happen. This could be really a dogfight between these two down the stretch because I assume if it's Ether or Quake, they're both going to get their Go mode relatively quickly.
Yeah, actually, for this round in particular, because Kohrek is going to pick up the Fire Rod here and the Ice Rod once he goes to the Mire, I think once he goes up to Turtle Rock, he probably could be a lot more confident because he's already going to be able to have cleared everything before going up the mountain.
I mean, that's if he wants to, too.
That's true.
That was the
Oh,
other
yeah,
thing
that's
I was
true.
thinking. He might, you know, do a little bit of a what we call a YOLO mode and just kind of do all of his crystals on the ground floor and just, you know, pray to God that Turtle Rock is not Bombos. That could slow him down a little bit, too. If, you know, tstew just gets all of his items, too, and he knows he's in go mode, and then he doesn't even have to worry about doing any half checks, and that is Quake.
That is Quake. All right, so do you remember where Quake was?
He's going to check these chests in Hookshot Cave to see if it was in there.
Okay,
you know?
sounds good.
Yeah. No, it's not. It wasn't in the first chest. That was just 3 bombs. Well, it wasn't in the second chest because we haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, that Bari was not playing nice today. Oh wow! All right, so Hookshot Cave has our Temper Sword. I think these guys are probably pretty good for damage output.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really good place for that sword there for Kohrek too. Assuming he doesn't find one, man, you gotta think like you're gonna check Hookshot Cave for a sword just in case, especially if you have to go to Floating Island.
Yeah, that's true.
But if he skips it, like I would laugh a lot.
You're laughing with him because he's your teammate, right? Is that how it works?
No, it's like very clearly at him, yes. And that is Quake. So all tstew needs is Cane of Samaria, and Cane of Samaria is hiding in a really tough place to find, especially if you're Jim in one of his entrance shuffle tournament matches of 2017. But for most runners, he may or may not have forgotten Brewery, and it may be very pathetic of me to remember these things, but he's probably in a pretty good spot to get over to go mode pretty quick. I would imagine he gets it much quicker than Kohrek. At least confirmed, but I think Kohrek might be under the assumption that he is in go mode when he picks up his Ice Rod and Mire Shed, but you know, who knows whenever he's going to go there.
Yeah, he picked up the mist, he has the flute. Well, he's probably gonna come back to first chest, big chest swamp here, but you know, he has his Mire access and he hasn't been over there yet. For all he knows, like he might still be looking for more medallions. So hopefully he'll go to Mire, which is exactly what tstew did earlier.
I mean, he might just go right over to Dark Death Mountain here too. That would be not necessarily unreasonable for him as well, to see if like the hook or the Ice Rod is just outstanding.
Oh, that's right.
And then you could just go right into Turtle Rock there and just be like, I know it's here, it's always here. That would be pretty unfortunate. I would also laugh, but...
Well, you know, laughter, you know, makes everyone happy, right? Yeah, meanwhile, it looks like tstew has decided to pick up his mushroom there from the Ether Tablet with his newly found Bacon Sword. And I think he also did Spike Cave, but I don't think there was anything of note in there.
No, yeah, there was nothing over in Spike Cave. And those are 2 checks that Kohrek, I don't really see him doing. I don't know this for sure, but it does seem very unlikely that his paths are going to lead him to do it. And like Mushroom and Spike Cave are not quick checks. All right, here we go. We're going right over into Ice Palace. He's got everything he needs to do it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Ice Palace is a crystal today. With the cane, he has Diver down. This should be relatively fast. Activating Spooky here with the flutes. So first shot Fire Rod should be able to take care of this Frozen Stalfos.
Yeah, for some reason when you do that, that little freezer dude just he hears the flute from outside, and he's like, who's out there? I'm gonna get him. He comes out even faster. You like kind of wake him up earlier so you can shoot the fire out a little quicker. But it only works with him. It doesn't work, you know, in other dungeons. Okay. Yeah. Like, it'd be really cool if you could just activate the flute right when you go into Thieves Town and you just walk in and Blind's just right there in the safe, ready to go, but it doesn't work like that, unfortunately.
Well, I thought we were going to play a game on tstew's side when he gets to Blind. That's how many hits
I'm waiting.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me, though. I do appreciate that. Yeah, don't get your guesses in yet, chat. We'll do it when he picks up the Maiden. So I think in any other generation of Rando, this Ice Palace decision might be a little curious of a play, but we live in the generation of Icebreaker. He can do this cool little tech where he can place down a Samaria block and then rub his butt up against it a little, I guess, and then all of a sudden you just go flying over this rail. And it made this dungeon a lot more reasonable. We're getting there. It's not gonna do it. Yeah, so on tstew's side, we're just going through the motions of Thieves Town here. Nice little dash there above the blocks. Kohrek is working hard on that left button on his D-pad, and he's got it.
Yeah, looks like he got it. Paid off handsomely for that map. The probably few instances where you actually end up seeing pausing or menuing from our runners ever since Quickswap was accepted here as one of the features of Rando.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about Quickswap. Yeah, notice they haven't been menuing.
Yeah,
their items have just been appearing in their hands. Man, it's like one of the greatest additions to this game, like, ever. From a runner standpoint, it makes it so much more fun. You have, you know, so much more utility to use on rooms, like, and it's kind of, you know, you get to do as much as you want to, you know, you bite off as much as you want to chew. It can make rooms a lot of fun. And the ultimate icing on the cake about Quickswap, there's something that will happen that you have never seen before, and that's people will be fighting a boss and then they'll hit the L shoulder button and switch to mirror and then mirror while fighting a boss. That just makes it, like, worth it, just on its own. It's incredible.
Worth it for who? The runner or the viewer?
Yeah, both. I mean,
oh, both? Okay.
Yeah. So something nice for Kohrek here. He did lose a little bit of time doing this, all these chests over in here in Ice Palace, because we know he's not going to find his go mode, but he is going to be able to color code well with Ice Palace now, because he's now blue.
Yeah, slightly displaced blue mail here, normally found in the big chest, and actually really nice item placements in general, because I believe we found all 3 items here in Ice. And I don't think he ended up having to kind of really go out of his way too much.
So Kohrek will be fighting Colts there. Then over on tstew's side, if you guys want to get your guesses in chat, we're going to be fighting blind. If you can pick a number between 1 and 9, this is going to be how many hits it takes to kill blind. We're doing the big P, or the kill blind guessing game today. All right, hopefully you can keep track, Mouse. I'm really tired.
Well, I mean, like, so act like, you know, tstew has the bacon sword. Do you know if that makes a difference for how many hits it takes for blind?
No, I'm trying to count. Do we have his audio? I can't tell if I used the sound effects for the hits.
Well, he does have a fire shield, so we're gonna be able to hear some pings here.
Yeah.
I lost track.
I think it was 7, but we do have simultaneous boss kills. Whoever gets 7. You get 7 act points today. Or they're.
I wanted act point, but I didn't get 7.
They're good for nothing, honestly.
Are they like act bits?
They're about as useful, but simultaneous sword spins from both of them. tstew is heading the right direction here, going to get his go mode at 51 minutes, 45 seconds.
Yeah, super fast here. A really nice routing actually for both these runners. It looks like Kohrek is actually going to make his, just make sure that Hobo here isn't isolated. But yeah, with that cane pickup, tstew now he's just going to go clear Skull Woods, and what else does he have left? He's going to clear Mire and Ice, go mode, and then he's going to head up to Turtle Rock.
The Mire one is substantial too, because he has Tempered Sword, Kohrek only has Master Sword, so that is going to make his fight a little bit quicker. Kohrek is heading over here in the Mire Shed, so that is great news for him. He'll be getting his YOLO mode over here in this chest. And also because he did Ice Palace first too, he's probably just gonna go bang over to
Skull
Woods after this because, you know, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I guess now, you know, if for Kohrek to actually just pick up his item go mode, or his potentially medallion go mode, do you think he's just gonna go straight to Vitreous?
That's a really good question.
I mean, if the big key ends up being in the cutscene chest, then, you know, it probably doesn't end up mattering because, you know, you're probably gonna just end full Flame Mire anyway, but if the big key is early, I guess I'm curious to see what Kohrek's gonna do.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a really tough call in this position to do this, you know, silly dungeon when you're only looking for one item, especially when like you could see a situation where like your opponent wouldn't have done it too.
Mm-hmm. That was a really nice Mire 2 room there by Kohrek. Super fast there, especially nice with sword beams and fire rod.
And on the other side too, that was not a shabby mob fight either.
Yeah, Temper Sword certainly makes, I would say, a pretty good difference between Master Sword there. You don't have to pull out the hammer, but, you know, like, tstew had, what, 8 hearts, half magic, cape, you know, Temper Sword didn't really foresee too much of an issue. Do you think tstew's here is gonna give us a check on the pedestal?
I don't think he's as curious as he might have been. I will say he probably was, and here we go.
Oh, alright, oh, Kohrek, are we taking a shortcut?
The boots are so great in this game because not only do they make you go fast, they also, you know,
nice
you can
job. Yeah,
turn
nice
them to
job,
iron
Kohrek.
boots and then they can make you fly. That was a fantastic hover, but tstew, hurry up.
Alright, looks like Kohrek is trying to preserve his spooky action there, kicking up a little bit of dust before placing that Samaria block. So he should have it still active here, using the fire rod. Although I think he didn't mean to hit that switch the first time because he had Godmire, and so he didn't actually hit the switch at all. Just this one here.
Okay. I was like, I thought I heard it work the first time, but maybe it didn't. You know, can be
Well, he just, just wanted to confirm it. Oh no, what a bunny beam.
Yeah, I'm actually impressed that you remembered that. Master Sword Vitreous. This can get a little silly. I don't know if he actually went over and picked up that cape. He did not, so that was actually very brave of him to skip that, given with how he routed everything, because he did not know if he needed that or not, but it's gonna work out for him today.
Oh yeah, that's actually a good point, because he went over to Ice Palace first, and I guess he could have actually, well no, I guess it still would have been convenient to pick it up.
Yeah, he was in, I think, not a terrible spot. I mean, I feel like I saw him swimming over there. I don't know. Just whatever.
Yeah, despite having only Master Sword, he did a really nice job with all the spins and cleaning up Vitreous with the bow in the latter phase of Phase 1 and for Phase 2.
So textbook really nice NMG fight like his Landmo was.
Yeah.
You kill him and then all of a sudden your health gets low and you chug a red potion. You do that in the NMG fights for Landmo and Vitreous too, so he did everything correctly.
I am taking notes down with my pen and paper app. I appreciate all these like really great tips. Okay, fluting to 4 here, or fluting to 3, he has a fire rod, he is going to go straight to the back. This is actually going to be really nice too for Kohrek. I guess can't remember if tstew ended up dipping Skull Woods earlier, but yeah, Kohrek here just needs to go to the back, and that's it.
To his better knowledge, he only needs to go to the back. He actually still might check the vanilla big key chest. He is dragging a sword as well. This is kind of on the way.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But, you know, given that he did leave Mire, I think he is just considering himself to be a go mode.
I told you he'd skip that chest.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't care, dude. He's going to Dead Mountain.
Oh, jeez. Alright. Well, Master was pretty close, but yeah, I'm sure Kohrek is a braver person than I am here. Yeah, meanwhile, tstew, go moding Ice Palace, taking down Coldstone relatively quickly, Temper Sword, half magic with the fire rod. Another dungeon down for him. He is off to Mire.
And this race looks razor tight too. I mean,
yeah, this is super close because you know there was Godmire, which means that Mire's going to be relatively short for these runners.
Yeah.
And, you know, Kohrek is just basically on the verge of finishing Skull Blitz here. You know, as we said before, Kohrek is down his sword. So if he ends up checking nothing in Hookshot Cave, that will be at a disadvantage for him compared to tstew. But if he checks it, and it's not going to take much time, this is going to be a neck and neck.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, if he doesn't get that sword, that could really move things around, because that Ganon fight is going to get, it's like twice as long. It sucks.
Yeah, and given that Kohrek actually might end up stopping by the Witch's Hut, oh man, Moth, please cooperate here to get some more potions. You know, if he thinks that his Ganon fight is going to be Master Sword Sylvanas.
And yeah, that was I mean, we were already seeing a huge difference of time between Timber Sword and Master Sword, and also this Moth that really likes to just hang up here on the top, dude.
That guy just refused to move.
It's actually not a bad arrow drop there too. He was a little short on those.
So he could do NMG Limbo too. I am looking forward to Kohrek taking his revenge on Limbo too.
I don't know. I'll give you 3-to-1 odds. I'm taking it. Mirroring here, I don't think he's too interested in anything else.
Oh!
Yeah.
Poor Kohrek. That was just kind of unfortunate bomb timing there. Alright, yeah, looks like Kohrek is in preparation, thinking, I guess I'm gonna go fight Master Sword Silverless Ganon. I want a couple safeties with me.
That half magic, but I mean, I don't know. There is a Landmo up there, so you gotta have at least one potion for that. So, you know, I don't actually blame him for the safeties here.
Well, I mean, I think he should have actually gone and visited the Curiosity Shop and he could go buy some more arrows.
You don't see that one every day. Buy a replacement red shield too, just in case this one breaks down.
That's right. Actually, Kohrek had a really nice screen there to try and get through the dead rocks. Normally, you know, that screen is very oftenly visited in NMG late runs, and those dead rocks can be quite the annoyance to deal with.
Yeah, they're little punks. They know it too. They know as soon as the race is close that, like, it's their time to get in the way. I don't know how they know, but they do it every time. So, no spooky action today from tstew. Kohrek is going to go up here, play with the dead rocks a little bit, but he's going to drop these pegs and be like, oh, I guess I'll go get my Quake afterwards.
As soon as he drops the pegs. Yeah, I was going to say, those dead rocks actually looked like they were out for him, but I'm glad that he left them alone. Meanwhile, tstew, with that cape, actually taking advantage of that, and Temper Sword with the bow. You see that tstew's fight here is a little bit faster because of the weapon upgrade. But really nicely done, certainly, by both runners. Alright, we see Kohrek here in Hookshot Cave. He is gonna hopefully pick up here his Temper Sword. He is happy.
He's done, yeah, I've had enough.
Yeah, that's right. Not even have to check the last two. I think probably at this point, the only thing really that can help him is silver arrows, and that's actually probably it. And the chance of them being there, obviously, is actually pretty low. Although we know it's not there because we saw it on tstew's side, but from Kohrek's perspective, it's just not worth his time anymore.
I was actually gonna lie and say, Kohrek, why'd you skip the silvers? Because they're on a 10-minute delay right now, in case he was in chat. But I don't think he's quite done yet, so never mind.
I know these guys got a Go Mode Turtle Rock here, and all of GT and Ganon. Yeah, let's see. We see this as super close here.
I mean, the difference right now is like literally 5 screens. So this is still a race that could come down to GT routing. I mean, it's a blistering pace. You can do a couple time saves in Turtle Rock too that could end up biting you as well. It could go either way. There is definitely still a lot of race to be had. And execute, I mean, this is within the margins of execution as well.
I'm also glad to see that Kohrek did not end up having a medallion accident, because as you said, for quick swap, sometimes when you end up pushing LNR to the wrong thing too quickly, you could end up activating a different medallion. While Ether is pretty fast, it's not something you want to see here.
Well, I mean, that's just another argument why quick swap is freaking awesome, because, I mean, you never got to see that stuff.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Because you get all the time to confirm. You have to, like, you know, fill out a little application. You're like, okay, I want to equip the bow and that. I mean, it took forever. And so QuickSwap just expedited the process, and now you just go. It's great.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you go right or wrong, so long as you go fast, right? The right way, the wrong way, and the max power way.
So I personally timed this out myself to see what the difference is. It's about 26 seconds, unless I'm wrong, and then you can blame hydropower for giving me the wrong time. But, I mean, that is a very, very minute difference when it comes to this game.
Oh, yeah. No. That basically is like nothing, right?
Just for example, they have to fight Landmo again. And Kohrek's first Landmo, I think, was like at least 2 minutes. And so we're talking of a difference of only 26 seconds. This is a race.
Maybe they'll find silvers in GT before they have to climb.
You know what? I'm gonna call it. That doesn't even make a difference. He's gonna beat me up.
Right. I was gonna say, you know, maybe the next team meeting is gonna be MMG Limo.
Team meeting, that's a good one.
I thought the team meeting was right here. You know, you're just watching Kohrek play, and you know, Jam is just gonna follow whatever you say at some point. All right. Unfortunately, tstew having a little bit of trouble. I think he got knocked out by an early enemy, and maybe it was a Bari, but then he just some random weird cane placements.
And bullied by those blue Baris twice this seed, and that was a really tough sentence to say. I'm never gonna do that again.
Yeah, meanwhile, we see tstew actually here in the chain chomp room, getting through it just as cleanly. I think he did on the right side, Kohrek did on the left side. Or maybe, sorry, vice versa. But really clean nonetheless. Kohrek he got the key at least, but it looks like he had some spin problems there with the switch.
Locked himself out. He picked up the key on the other side too. Like, how's that even? that was like a magic trick. So he is still maintaining his couple of screens here, and he's electing to do the key still. He got the big key early. There is, like, I don't know. It's a very low percentage chance that you get burned by it, by no small key being in either the next 5 chests coming up. And never mind, Kohrek is doing that, tstew is not. So you know what, never mind, he's fine. And he might actually have made this pay off because the small key was in the big chest. So, and they're both going to do it. That's great.
Yeah, tstew has to be a little bit careful here because he is only on 2.5 hearts, and he golden moded Ice Palace, so I think he's still on green mail here. This could actually be quite a bit of difference as well. Ganon does not touch lightly. Or anything else really for that matter in this dungeon.
Yeah, pretty much everything's going to be doing 2 to 4 hearts, you know, except for the things that are doing 1 hearts. Yep, that's a great stat today.
Yeah, it looks like both runners here are going to skip this roll the room chest here. Even though it is pretty fast, I don't think there's anything that's going to be worth these runners' times in order to pick up. Yeah, tstew here taking a slightly different route, I think, in order to avoid getting hit.
Yeah,
maybe. Although he does have the cape, I think, so he should be able to still make it through. And he has potions.
I was say, he's probably still got his bottles too. His Lambo fight went a little better. But Kohrek is on Trinix. tstew still behind.
Certainly not by much. He is very, very close.
Wow, did you see that really cool quick swap from Ice Rod to Fire Rod without having a mini to do this boss fight? That's freaking awesome. I love quick swap.
Now, Kohrek has a really nice here, Trinix 1. You can't zero cycle it, so you always got to get the head attack once, but really clean otherwise. No ice on the floor, always really nice to see. And of course, for both these runners, they didn't have to go through Laser Bridge because they ended up getting, as you said, the small key from the big chest. So it's certainly going to be a faster version of Turtle Rock today.
Speaking of keys and chests.
Oh, yeah. Are we supposed to play a game? Is this another game? Is it how many hits that blind was gonna take?
Yeah.
With the butter sword? Okay.
You can still go back and guess. This is basically a chance to guess again. how many hits you thought blind would kill, but instead of doing it now, we're gonna make guesses with their current equipment. And then also, yeah, and then if this also happens to match the same chest number that the GT big key is in, a number between 1 and 22, you also win a prize. And Clearmouse, tell them what prize they're going to win today.
You know, I think you also get some internet points. They may or may not be act points, and they may not be related, but they are some version of internet points. And you get to be on a cool little leaderboard.
I mean, that sounds incredible. Everybody, get your numbers in now, because as soon as he goes through this transition, it's going to stop. It just stopped. So you missed it. If you didn't get it in, you were too late. You got to go faster next time.
All right, Kohrek here. First one being into, we're going to go off his timer. It looks like he's going to go left, checking the torch. That was one, and not the GT big key. And he is going to go to most likely Southwest room. And if the big key is not there, he is going to mirror out into right side. Really nice, clean execution here by Kohrek. Really, actually, very clean execution on both these winner sides. All right, Ak. Are we changing our guesses here for how long Kohrek's going to spend on Lambo 2?
Okay. You know what? You know what? I think he'll keep it in double digits this time.
Okay, only double digits. Got it. All right, looks like Hope Room has no small key. So this is actually going to be this can actually be quite the difference for our two runners, because there's going to be some route divergence immediately. Kohrek's going to go full right here before going back to the left side. So if the GT big here is on the left side or on the path of the left side, then tstew's going to have an advantage. But if the GT big here is here in Compass Room, Kohrek's going to be extending his lead here.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually... I mean, this is ultimately an equalizer between them. If not, could potentially give tstew a little bit of an advantage. I'm over here holding my breath. Like, I'm gonna pass out.
Swap is already in
I need some oxygen.
Oh wow, 3 red rupees.
Alright, so the key is not over here, so we can now officially say that the lead has changed that fast. tstew is now basically in the lead by about, 4 or 5 rooms. It's gone full circle. This rando is crazy. That's all it takes.
Unless the key is in Tau Room, in which case both runners are going to have to go through Ice Armos, correct?
Most likely. I mean, I don't know. Anything can happen in this crazy
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Kohrek's not used to hookshot of here from the south.
There's no key there. I will say I've had some coffee, but not enough to keep track of this, so I'm sure.
No, we're definitely.
Correct. Boomerang.
Yeah, we're seeing some parallels here of the red boomerang, because everyone's kind of used to the blue boomerang. All right, find Bombos on tstew's side. A shovel, which I'm sure he's going to check out immediately. And the GT big key. Yup, in Rando Room. I have no idea. Well, so Kohrek hasn't found it yet, so we still can't end the game. But if I'm not very good with numbers, so I've totally lost track of like how many Kohrek has actually counted or checked.
I don't know. That was like. It was like 10-ish, 20-ish, 10-ish. If you guess 10-ish, you win those internet points. Alright. And so Kohrek, who was leading, now is trailing. Gonna have to do this GT climb and catch up here and try and make up some time on tstew, who had the more fortunate route. I think I did the count again. We're looking at about a 34-second mirror difference. So that's going to be tough to make up, especially with the equipment that they got. Yeah,
100% you? Okay, all right, I believe you.
I've read chat. I mean, what else do you want me to do?
Yeah, and no slash on both these runner sides. The gauntlet is it also can be another equalizer. Looks like tstew is actually doing quite well. Kohrek also having very similar, very nice, clean execution. tstew, in terms of safety, he does have, I think, another red potion, but he is on green mail. Kohrek's on blue mail. Health actually can come down to a difference.
Yeah, I mean, given that he only has 4 hearts, these red Zazeks will do 2 hearts of damage. Everything in this next room is going to pretty much do 1 heart of damage. If he gets hit by a laser right now, that would outright kill him. We do have half magic. We do have that cape. Wow, I don't even know what happened under all those explosions, but apparently that one didn't die, so we're going to get a 2-cycle out of land mode 2 here. That gives Kohrek some opportunities to maybe make up a little bit of time.
Nice last room there with the silver arrows on the Stalfos. Not oftentimes the Stalfos gets to move kind of in the path of the arrow. Oh, that is such a beautiful Lambo 2 fight.
He made up for it.
I'm so proud of him for being able to use the bow and arrow.
I knew he could do it. But this has actually been a blistering gauntlet from tstew. He is giving really hardly any room for Kohrek to make up any of the ground here. Kohrek is getting bullied by guards right now, not wanting to die, using his blue potion. They are still bullying hardcore. He's not allowed to dash. He's given up on it. Well, tstew is in the past the torch rooms. He's got just 2 boss fights until he has a 3rd boss fight left to do until he finishes.
Yeah, a little surprised that tstew might be checking these 2 chests. But maybe he's looking for some last-minute armor, if that's possible for him.
Or maybe just maybe a heart piece or something. He didn't know where it was sitting.
Oh yeah, that's true. I had totally forgotten because he turned in that mushroom and there was no powder to be found the entire seed.
Kohrek made up a little bit more time on those the killing the Helmosaurs. tstew's Moldorm is down. Getting a bug net there, perfect. That
totally worth it for Aga2 here.
Yeah, that'll be completely useless.
Oh no! Oh my gosh, dude, Moldorm, please. Bullying Kohrek like this.
Yeah, not having a good Moldorm fight, and like Moldorm is literally left. Kohrek is giving up on it.
Oh,
try and fall. Oh no. I don't blame Kohrek there. He like.
Yeah, no, Moldorm was just not moving like nicely at all.
And then he just disappeared. He was like off the screen. Kohrek was like, whatever, dude. It was like leaving him wide open for a 3-pointer. So he was like, I'll just take the shot.
Oh no, was that a poke earlier from Kohrek? Because I thought it was, I guess I thought it was a slash, but maybe not. Alright, Moldorm 2 is down for Kohrek. tstew is spending his time here in Aga 2. I don't remember how many hits there was, but looks like he was on his last cycle. So just with 1 more flit away, tstew is ready to go face Ganon.
He got the legendary 1-1-1-1-1, says somebody in chat. I didn't confirm it for myself, but I definitely did see at least 4 more cycles, so I'll believe him.
Is that similar to what you've had Aga 2s before in the past?
No, I'm not racing right now. There's these 2 runners, so we're not talking about me. No. I don't think Kohrek got.
Unfortunately, here for Kohrek, was that a double? I know that there was. I don't think he ended up landing any hits the first time, but there was.
That one was a double. I think we're at a 1 or a 0-1-2. 0-1-2-2. All right. So maybe 1 more here to get him.
Alright, yeah. Meanwhile, tstew here, did he not get the 1-1?
He did not get the 1-1, and he also
died. Oh no, tstew!
And that
he is on green mail. Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. I think for what it's worth, blue mail also would not have helped him here, but that is really unfortunate. This race here, holy cow! I mean, tstew starting like what 5-10 seconds before Kohrek now?
This has gotten actually insane.
Holy cow.
I will say that he has now reset his RNG, so he can get a different set of wards.
Right. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, so maybe this was just a gambit by tstew all along, and thinking that, oh my god, Kohrek.
They both have decided to give Ganon a hug today, so there is a lot of love. Now Kohrek is going to have to, he's also, yeah, man, they both didn't get the 2-cycle in the first round. So he's going to be doing spins over here as well. Meanwhile, tstew is fighting phase 4, just needs to get, I think, 4 more arrows in. That one didn't miss, and boy, that fire bat came really close there. Boy, this is like a struggle for both of them, but he's 2 arrows away. He was so close to that ledge there, but this should be a double to seal the deal. I think tstew is going to go ahead and walk away with this one if he can make it through this door without falling down this hole.
You know, people have ended up falling off this bridge before.
Kohrek will be getting his last 2 arrows in, but GG's to tstew. He'll be winning this race with a 1:18.13.
Super, super close race. Excellent run by both these runners. Is amazing nail biter down to the very, very end. Get your GGs in chat, both for tstew and for Kohrek, for who's going to walk across this bridge right here at the second, finishing with an official time of 1:18.35. So really, just
that race was
difference.
Crazy. They were just turning around like
wow, that is. Yeah, certainly GG's to both these runners.
And we'll see if they both want to come in and talk with us. Maybe. I mean, they've had 10 minutes to cool off a little bit after the Gannons, but I would imagine they're both a little bit frazzled.
Are you gonna ask Kohrek about his Lambo fight?
No, you can do it.
I was gonna ask him about Lambo too. I was like, Kohrek, how did you end up getting the timing of the silver arrows down so fast?
Yeah, I mean, he's probably listening to us right now. Yeah. But you should not have been making fun of his Lambo 1 the entire season.
Right, I got it.
Very, very rude of you. A fun fact about both these teams too. I think, boy, I hope I'm not wrong about this because
these two teams. All right, I'm listening.
We were tied for first place, and we were going against each other, and we split. So that just keeps everything nice and frosty moving forward to the league. We're also joined by tstew, GG's man.
GG's tstew.
GG's.
How was it? Did you enjoy your race?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we were on the 10-minute delay, but take us through your Ganon death. Were you like, oh man, is that gonna seal the deal, or were you worried about anything?
Yeah, I was very worried that could cost me. I was very worried.
Take us through your route a little bit. Like, you feel like everything worked out pretty good? Were there some things you would have done different, or?
Yeah, everything worked out pretty well. I probably wouldn't have gone up to Total Rock if I remembered that Quake was on the island. But that's about the only... I would have just hoped... I would have just waited for that.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I think it make the... it wasn't so bad in your situation, too, because you didn't have Kane yet, either. So even if you knew that there was a medallion up there, you still weren't quite sure where the Kane was. And getting that sword did help you out with some of the boss fights, too. So it probably wasn't... It probably was a time loss going up there, earlier, obviously, but it didn't end up being so bad, I don't think. And then, good old mitts in left side swamp when you had the pendant pod looming the whole entire time. I know that probably would have tripped up some people this seed. You both obviously did left side swamp without touching pendant pod.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Any particular reason why you ended up going to Mire first versus Ice? I think after you left Swamp.
I didn't really want to go to Ice without Kane at that point.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, Kaneless Ice. That's old news. It was a sick run for the most part. Like, everything was pretty close. There was a little bit of divergence. You went to Death Mountain after Desert. Kohrek did it before Desert. It was kind of strange how one had hook shot, but the other one had hammer, and then the logical way to get the hammer, but it all kind of worked itself out in the end. So that was a really cool thing to see. Nice 5-second menu time, by the way.
Yeah, actually, like, have you always been kind of comfortable with doing quick swap? Because I know you've done a good amount of crossing seeds.
Yeah, like for a while, I've been pretty comfortable with quick swap.
Yeah, no, quick swap was good. I did notice your clutch item switches, and just the tiny little time saves. I think it's probably pretty tough to see all that stuff from a viewer standpoint, but you're watching us runners and we're just manically just mashing our LNRs at all points in time. You don't get to see the excitement, the physical training that it takes to play this game at the competitive level. So, but yeah, everything was good, man. You got? Are you excited for either? I guess next week of leave. Are you doing SGL too?
Yeah, I'm in SGL.
Oh, nice.
Have you played any matches so far?
Not yet.
Okay.
Taking care of the league first. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Crush the SGL.
Yeah. Actually, I think Mughal had mentioned that there was, I guess, a little bit more of an accent from one of your team members, so this is why you kind of stepped in last minute. So, I guess for your team, that was a good decision.
Sick runs, man. If you anything you want to say to your team, any inspirational words of encouragement moving forward, you have the air. This is your opportunity. Feel free. If not, I can make some stuff up for you too. Like, I don't mind. I'm very for it. I was rooting for you the whole time. Believe it or not, I have a VOD to prove it.
That is consistent, actually, with what Zach has done for the entire passive race.
To make things even more awkward about that last statement, Kohrek, how you doing, dude?
Hi, Kohrek. GG's, man.
Hey, GG's.
GG.
Tough loss, man, but it was a really fun race to watch.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. It was pretty close at the end. Yeah, unfortunate, but had some little mess ups down the stretch, so it's kind of what you expect in that situation.
You had a really good lane mode too. That's all I'm gonna say.
And I'm not gonna lie too, like the Moldorm too, like that did cost some time, but 100% you have my support as a teammate, because I think I would have done exactly the same thing. He bullied the crap out of you and then he just left. He was like, all right, see you later. I'm going to a Dairy Queen or something. And you were like, all right, screw it. I'll just hover. I really respected that.
I really do feel like I got some really terrible RNG all through that Ganon's Tower, but I mean, I still could have done a lot better myself, too. So it is what it is. But I have never gotten knocked out of a dash in that room with the eye lasers ever, and that was crap, man.
And then you were not allowed to dash for pretty much the remainder of it. I giggled every time they poked you in your butt. It's unfortunate, though.
Ak is the most supportive teammate I think I've ever seen.
It's tough love here on Team Vetoed, our acronym. But it was a sick, exciting race, and yeah, because we did these early in the morning. I'm sure that there's going to be plenty of more awesome, exciting, crazy, A Link to the Past coming to a station near you. I have no idea what it is, but I mean, I'm just assuming that it's going to be there, because there's like literally 500 matches that are going on in the world right now between polishing up the league and SpeedGaming Live. So definitely tune in and check those out. But man, please give Kohrek and tstew14 a follow for this incredible race. They're really good runners. If you're curious about learning this game, definitely you can watch them do tips and tricks. Learn how to do Kohrek's land mode too. There's just unlimited information out there. And then also a huge special warm shout out to Clear Mouse for putting up with me in my antics at 10 a.m. as well. Thank you. I know it wasn't easy.
No, Ak, you are certainly, I am certainly happy to be here, very much so. So you are an awesome commentator. Thank you so much to both our racers for putting on such an awesome show. I mean, this was a nail biter through and through. You guys were nearing each other, like pretty close early on, just in terms of progress, and it didn't really change all that much at the end. So it was just really exciting to watch the entire time. And thanks for our tracker, Raylan, for pushing all the buttons behind the scenes. I've looked at the tracker multiple times in order to keep track of everything, so really thank you and appreciate it for that. Don't go anywhere. In fact, there is going to be another race just on this channel starting at 12:10 p.m. Looks like it's going to be Forfeiters Are Us, represented by Humbug, versus Shack Tool's Digging Game, represented by Aussie. So that also should be another exciting match to watch.
But GG's, guys. Got any last things you want to say before we'll move on?
No, just thanks for the commentary and the restream. Have a good one.
Yeah, definitely thank you so much for coming into the interview and putting on such a really great race for us, Kohrek and tstew. Best of luck to all three of you, actually, Ak, Kohrek, and tstew. Sounds like you guys are all doing SGL. I'm going to take a slight break from League, but I know that Pilot Key Sanity is actually going to be a ton of fun, so definitely really looking forward to that.
Sick. GG's again. Thank you again, runners. Man, enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Keep watching more Rando. Have a good one.